What's up, YouTube? In this follow-up video today, I want to share 5 tips to help you to implement and start a meditation practice or to keep one going if you've already started. Tip number 1. We tend to make meditation and how you're supposed to do it more complicated than maybe is necessary. You do not need to sit in full lotus pose to meditate effectively. Find a comfortable pose, something that you can stick to day in and day out. That can be a recliner, any kind of chair, a couch, even in your bed. Sometimes not recommended because you may end up falling asleep. The bottom line is you want to find a pose, a position, a spot that you can be consistent with, not fall asleep, and it's going to be comfortable for you. Okay, tip number 2. As opposed to starting to meditate and kind of fit it into your already busy life, can you make it consistent and a ritual and really a habit? Something that you're going to do in the morning or in the night or both, especially if you're doing maybe 5 or 10 minute sessions. Can you do it at the same time every day and make it part of your normal routine? You're going to stick with it long term. It's going to be a lot easier to accommodate versus trying to find a spot in your calendar to actually make it happen. Tip number 3, and it really goes hand in hand with the second tip, and that is when you first start off, start with something that you can do consistently. You do not need to be meditating for 45 minutes or an hour plus to achieve a lot of the benefits that we're going to talk about on this channel. Can you simply find 5 or 10 minutes each day, maybe twice a day, to implement into your life and stay consistent with it, which you're going to see much greater benefits than if you're doing it one day and then skipping a few days. Find something easy and tangible that you can stick with and make it happen. Tip number 4. This is something that I specifically struggled with when I first started 5 or maybe 6 years ago, and that is just simply breathing naturally. When you first start meditating, you'll find that during that 5 or 10 minute period, that might be the only time in your entire day where you're consciously aware of how it is you're breathing. So it might be natural to almost want to force it to be a specific way or to just be overthinking it versus letting the breath flow naturally. So as you're letting the breath come in and letting the breath come out, simply be aware of how you're breathing and don't necessarily try to manipulate it in any way. Okay, number 5. We talked about finding a spot that you can be comfortable as well as picking a duration of time that you can be consistent with. On the other side of the coin is really allowing yourself some flexibility in the process. So if you find something that's interesting to you, you read a new concept, a different version of meditation, a breath work, some other modality, give yourself the chance to experience and to give it a try versus being rigid and only trying one thing. You'll be amazed at how many different things there are out there and how they can affect you in different ways. So I would encourage you to try things, but also to just remain consistent along the process so that you can figure out what's going to be best for you and you can work into your daily life. One final bonus tip, and this could really be maybe the most important or impactful of all of the tips, and that is simply to not be hard on yourself. You'll have sessions where your thoughts are all over the place. You will miss days, sometimes multiple days in a row. Simply get back into the habit, get back into the practice. Don't be hard on yourself along the way. It's a simple process, but yet it does take many, many years to really truly get a handle on, and sometimes much, much longer. So that concludes a quick 5 tips to how to start and then how to implement a meditation practice. I hope you found some value in the video. If you liked it, like the video, subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this, and I can't wait to see you next. Thanks.